Well, from Wings to Private Practice to Madam Secretary, Tim Daly has wowed us on screen for years. Now he's taking on one of the titans of theater on stage in New York, starring in a new revival of Tennessee Williams' The Night of the Iguana. Welcome back, Tim. Good to see you.
Thank you. So good to see you.
You know, we want to start with this picture that you posted, and you had said, "I am communing with the theater gods on stage." Is there something about theater for you that's a little bit like otherworldly?
Yes. I mean, I grew up with actors. My dad was an actor. My mom was an actress until she had a bunch of kids. My sister was an actress. So for us, the theater was our church, our temple, our place of worship. So when I was a kid, in the second grade play, when every other kid had their parents and grandparents saying, "Oh, you were so cute," my parents were like, "Okay, upstage yourself in the first scene, and you know, if you make your cross to you cross to the lamp, then you might get a laugh on that line." I got notes. So the idea was that if you were going to the theater, you had to honor it and take it seriously.
Yes, and so you are doing that with this.
I'm attempting to, yes.
Yeah, well, this is not your first time doing Tennessee Williams. Let's talk about that. He is considered one of the greatest American playwrights of all time. I mean, he's obviously was not afraid to tackle some risque subjects. What is it that draws you to Tennessee Williams' work?
I think it's because he is not afraid to represent all of humanity.
Yeah,
you know,
flaws
the
and all.
beautiful kind of, you know, wonderful, joyous part of it, and the deep, dark, you know, sort of hideous part of who we are. And, you know, we talk about human nature, or we talk about humanity, like someone lost their humanity. What's our humanity?
Yeah.
We're horrible to each other, and we're wonderful to each other, and Tennessee takes it all on.
I was going to say, he covers all the base. He doesn't try to hide anything away. Let's talk about who you play. You play Lawrence Shannon, a defrocked minister who is now...
Actually not defrocked.
Oh, no?
There's a big point in the play. He's not defrocked.
Okay, so
he's still a minister. He has been locked out of his church for very bad behavior.
Locked out,
yes,
minister.
Banned from his church.
So he's now a tour guide in Mexico.
Yes.
I mean, he's a complicated guy, not very easy to like. How do you kind of see him?
Well, I see him as a guy with a lot of problems. You know, I mean, he's an alcoholic. He has a penchant for very young girls, and he is struggling with his beliefs. You know, his relationship with God is something that he's questioning and examining, and he's capable of tremendous kindness and also brutality. And you know, so he is a perfect example of what we were talking about before, of a human being who has a wide range of behavior.
Yeah, which is what makes us who we are to begin with. We have good things and bad things. I know that you recently posted that you were sober for 41 years, which is such a feat. I mean, congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
This character is an addict. Is there anything that you've learned in these past 41 years about addiction and everything that goes along with it to help you relate to this character at all? Understand him?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a fantastic Nick Lowe song called "The Beast in Me" that he actually wrote it for Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash did a beautiful rendition of it, and I think for a lot of addicts, that's the way it plays out. There's something inside you that comes out of this dark, horrible place, and you know, it impels you towards terrible behavior and things that are very self-destructive and sometimes very destructive to the people around you. The only other thing that I've really learned is that everything in life is a practice. Like, you can't make the bed and expect that it stays made. You can't do the dishes and expect they're going to stay clean.
You got to keep working.
You have to keep whatever you do. You have to do it as an everyday practice.
Yeah. Well, we got to mention The Sopranos because they're celebrating 25 years this year. You got an Emmy nomination for your guest turn on the show. Did you have any favorite memories or moments from that show? Everyone's talking about it now. It's back on. It's got a TikTok account now that they're posting things and appealing to new generations.
I mein, I can't think of like a special moment. I mean, they beat the crap out of me with like a laptop, an award. I mean, they just beat that crap out of me all the time. I think I was David Chase's sort of alter ego, being a TV writer. And you know, it's funny because I've been friends with David for a long time. I did the first TV show he created, a show called Almost Grown.
Oh my!
And he you know, always had this thing. I mean, I was in awe of this show, and he was like, yeah, it's TV, it's not movie. And I was like, David, stop it.
Yeah.
But there's there's that one scene I have where I'm trying to pawn an Emmy, and the guy at this sleazy little pawn shop says, it's only an Emmy, maybe it was an Oscar. So, and that was someplace in the back of David's head.
All right, well, you can catch the Night of the Iguana now through February 25th at Pershing Square Signature Center. For tickets, head to iguanaPlayNYC.com. Tim, good to see you. Thanks so much.
Good to see you. Thanks, Sarah.